midlife is a funny stage to be at. I think there's lots of support for young people and older people, but people in the middle tend to be forgotten about.
Some people, even in the late 40s, were drifting in career terms and generally thinking that they could just move towards an ill-defined retirement.
Particularly running your own business, being in midlife, people don't think you need support, and that's the problem.
I'd worked for the civil service for 30 years in various different parts of the civil service, but I was actually working for DVLA when I got made redundant. It really did throw me into a panic. I was totally naive as to regards looking for a job, knowing what to do. Andrew McGregor from National Career Service came to do my midlife review interview with me, and it was inspiring, but it was quite challenging too.
The people who I spoke to after the reviews and followed up consistently said to me, we were drifting, we were not focused.
I had a total lack of self-confidence and self-belief when I was looking for jobs, and when I was talking to Andrew, he actually said to me, well, you know why that is, don't you? And he was totally right. When I thought about it, I'd been doing a job for 9 years that wasn't using my skill set to great effect. Andrew was able to advise me of the hidden job market again, something I was totally naive to. But when I got the job, it was just amazing, because it just lifted so much pressure off me.
People often change their lives in midlife. They have new children, divorces, other such situations, and they need to take a whole look at their lives to evaluate and to judge and come up with real actions. And the Midlife Career Review project was successful in helping them do that. Without that, they run the risk of doing nothing, and doing nothing means that they're more likely to be underemployed and unemployed.
If I hadn't had the midlife review and the help that I had from Andrew during the session, I wouldn't have this job. That's for sure. I'm in a job that I'm enjoying. I'm using the skill set that, that I feel, suits me. I've got autonomy in my work. And so whilst I don't think there's any job for life anymore, and I'm a lot more self-aware and open-minded about the job market, so if there was ever a chance of me being out of work again, then I believe I've got the tools in place to cope with it better.
Small businesses and one-man bands really are the backbone of the British economy. They turn over more collectively than all the big businesses, and they are a major employer as well. But what thought is given to them?
The midlife review provided a real opportunity for me to take a bit of a step aside and a bit of a chance to sort of dodge the bullets and the sort of muck and nettles that you tend to get yourself into in business, and have a chance just to reflect away from that about what's going on and what's happening going forward.
It's about changing the way you run your life. It might be through doing simple things that you just can't see because you're so close to the wood you can't see the trees. That helps you unpick all these problems and face and address them. So I've seen people happier, and if they're happier, they're going to be more productive. If they're happier, they're going to be healthier.
Because BG Futures, where I'm based, is a business and learning community, I think the connections across that now are a lot stronger, and the midlife reviews help that. It's helped increase those connections, and our financial plans are better and more informed. And I think I've got a better sense now of work-life balance.
Half of our workforce are around about mid-40s to 50s plus, and I think we've all reached a stage in our lives where we need to re-examine where we are and stop and take a good look about where we want to be and how we're going to get there. These sort of questions naturally come up when you're hitting around about 50, and we discussed it with them, whether they'd be interested in moving forward and looking at some projects that related to health and well-being in the broader sense of the term. Angela's probably one of the oldest serving members of the organisation. She's been here since it actually opened back in 2000. She started off as a shop assistant, general assistant, and she progressed to supervisor. Very, very warm member of staff, great communication skills, just a very good all-rounder. She had an accident a few years ago, and that knocked her confidence a little bit.
I had a real bad ankle injury, and my consultant said it was one of the worst ankles he put back together. What was going through my mind was, if I have to give up my job, I'll have to, but I wouldn't like being at home. I'm used to working. I've worked since I was 13 years old. I would dread to think what might have happened. I think I would have been sitting at home being depressed. Even though I've got a marvellous family at home, I think out there it's kept me going, working. I love my job. I love meeting people. I enjoy day-to-day running of the business. It's a challenge. Every day is a challenge for me.
Angela has very good customer service skills. She's an excellent employer. She has the skills, knowledge, the skills base and the experience that might be difficult to find elsewhere. And basically she's part of the building, she's part of who we are as an organisation, and it would be a sad loss if we lost Angela.